Hello everyone, this is my review for WWE Monday Night Raw on May 14th, 2012. And to be honest with you, much like TNA's go-home show, this go-home show for Monday Night Raw, in my mind, was not all that great. It was okay to an extent, but there were a couple of things that I did end up liking, but there was a lot more to dislike than to like about this show. One thing I definitely did like, I did like the beginning of the show with Triple H addressing the whole Brock Lesnar situation. It keeps Brock Lesnar relevant. Of course, having Paul Heyman come out there and do the lawsuit deal, like I said, it keeps him relevant on the show for at least a week, even though he won't be there. And it didn't take up too much time at the beginning of the show. The first match of the night, the tag match with Santino Marella and CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan and Cody Rhodes. In all honesty, it was a well-done tag team match. I thought, at least in my mind, it was a well-done tag team match. I don't know why Santino was in there unless they're going to be going to a feud with him and Cody Rhodes here in the near future. Because I definitely do remember Cole saying something about Santino saying the U.S. title is more important than the Intercontinental title. So maybe they're building for a feud there in the near future. But outside of that, it didn't really seem to fit why Santino would be in this match at this point in time versus having maybe somebody else in the match. But all in all, that match, it was a well-done tag team match. I could have done without the comedy spots with Santino in there, but all in all, not bad. The match with Beth Phoenix and Alicia Fox, it did what it did. It was supposed to do a little bit of a build-up for Beth Phoenix and Layla for the pay-per-view. Other than that, wasn't much of a match. It's basically what your typical Divas tag team match was on Monday Night Raw. The match with Big Show and Kane. The match itself, I thought was actually not that great. I was trying to look for other words there, but I would probably go off and say it was a bad match. It just seemed that those two were off on their timing and everything throughout the entire match. It just didn't come off all that well. And then, of course, the ending with John Laurinaitis distracting Big Show and then Kane getting the win. It did what it did, but all in all, that match was not good at all. It was, like I said, the timing was off, and everything didn't seem to go right during that match. And then afterwards, I definitely see the need for, Laurinaitis to try to get the apology and everything because of what he said last week. But they drew this segment out way too long in my mind. They could have gotten to this point at like the 4 to 5 minute mark, and it seemed to take like 8 to 12 minutes before they got to the point of John Laurinaitis firing the Big Show. They could have definitely gotten there a lot quicker, and they could have done had some more time elsewhere on the show. But they did what they did on that one. That honestly, everything they did in there was well. It was just really drawn out and took way too long to get to where they needed to go. The other aspect I wanted to talk about was and I'll talk more about John Laurinaitis a little bit later because of his segment with John Cena. But the other match I wanted to go through was the Chris Jericho versus Randy Orton match. It was extremely well done. I didn't like the DQ finish, but they are obviously going for not having anyone come over looking stronger than the other going into the pay-per-view, so the best way to do that was the DQ finish. I like the arguing between Randy Orton and Sheamus at the end of it, and having the referees get in the way of the two of them. But so that was another decent segment, another decent match on the show. The last little bit I was going to talk about, which was the John Laurinaitis John Cena segment. I'll be honest, that was another long, drawn-out segment, and it wasn't that good. It was actually extremely boring, and it pretty much gave away the result of the pay-per-view match with what they said at the end, where if John Laurinaitis loses, he gets fired. Okay, we know who's going to win the match now at this point in time. So, but like I said, that was not a very good segment in my mind. And once again, it was long, drawn out. They could have gotten to the point a lot quicker, but they kept doing these little tidbits and jokes in there, and it just kept going and going and going and going, and it just didn't come off all that good. That's pretty much all I had for Monday Night Raw this week, and I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on this, and I do thank you guys for watching.